right, hello and welcome to a Far Out show, Far being Frank, Alex, and Ryan. We named the show Punchlines. My mom and dad named me Frank Nicotero. I'm a longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan, and today's show, well, it's going to start out as a fun idea, but then not so much fun if we cause you any pain like this guy experienced. All right, Ryan found this gem. Hey, here's a good idea. Hit a basketball off a tee into my stomach. Let's maybe do it in slow-mo so you can see how painful it probably really was. Bam!
Oh, my gosh.
Who thought that's so weird looking? Oh, my God. The guy's running in pain.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
It's twitching. Oh, my God! I didn't watch the clip this far.
Numb!
He's swearing.
Dude, it still hurts so much.
Not a good idea.
No.
I don't know how that started. Hold my beer. I don't know. Hey, here's a good idea. But we're not going to do that. No. We're going to have a good time today. No pain for you people at home. Behind the 4x4 square of glass, I measured it with the tape measure before the show, is a guy who isn't a square. Ryan B. McCormick. The B stands for Bet That Under, as he said yesterday, which was a winner, which we'll get to in a second. Yeah. Ryan, the script says, what's shaken? I don't know if I've ever asked you that. Have I? What's shaken?
I think you have.
Okay, what's shaken?
Shook a water bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's shaken today?
It's hump day.
It's hump day, and God knows that Ann loves to scream out hump day. It is hump day, which means on the show is the one and only two-time national champion, snack champion, cup of chicken wrap Holden, and sports betting analyst, the one and only Alex White is here, ladies and gentlemen. Yay!
Thank you for that,
Alex. Yes, Alex, what's up for your picks at 12:36?
So, a couple baseball.
Okay.
And then one WNBA.
Oh, my God. Ann takes one show off to edit something in the corner, and all hell breaks loose. So you were saying before I was interrupted?
Couple baseball, one WNBA, and then we each pick a player for the home run prop.
We're doing the hump day homer.
And I have had two. The last two that I gave
she
out.
has. And I thought that you were bragging when you were like, it was 2-0. You were like, no, Ryan texted that. So keeping track on the hump day homers, which is very hard to predict a home run. Alex has done two. Ryan and I have yet to hit one. And Sean filling in, cutting the show, directing the show. Is there any way we can remove the man in pain with a giant welt on his belly off the monitor so I don't have to stare at that the whole show? Or if you guys want, just leave it there. I will try to avoid it. Let's check in online here. Let's see here. Reno Paul put together a 50-cent 12-legger just for hump day. We love you. Tommy, hello, punch sleeves, punchline peeps. Keith Lau says, chalk art today. Yeah, it's coming. Oh, there you go. Okay, a picture of my mom's coming up soon. Frank in the quarter zip. It's 100 degrees in Vegas. Okay. So we had this discussion before the show. I could take it off. That'll send the viewership, the female demographic straight up. But Alex had a coat on, so we figured if we're both wearing coats today. We haven't figured out. And Paul, of course, calls you ATM.
It's cold in the studio, though.
Yeah, Alex did say it was cold in the studio. Are you wearing a jacket?
Yeah, I'm actually wearing a quarter zip. You're wearing a full zip.
It's a full zip. Yeah, come on, Keith. I'll get it straight. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever worn this one on the show. It's not, no. This is the go-to. When I'm not sure, I'm looking through the closet at my limited options before I finally get my stuff. I'm like, let's go with the gray boy. All right. What else is going on today? We have Alex. Okay, we already said that. Coming up today, picks at 12:36, Hump Day Homers, and that's crazy. But first, it's time for Nailed It or Failed It. That was a big night last night. Let me take a sip of my Pepsi here. Jesus, Ann, bless you. Every time there's this, I can't stop. If I take one pause, she's going to make a noise. All right, so, so last night, Nailed It or Failed It. Let's point out yesterday, me and Matt Neverett and Ryan, yesterday on the show. Matt Neverett, I believe, went 3-0. Matt Neverett, he liked the Padres, so I think they won 4-0. He liked the Braves and Max Fried. They won. And was there a third one he had?
He liked the under in that game as well.
He liked the under in the Braves game, and it was like 2-0. That's right. So Matt Neverett on fire. Saw Matt last night. I was working at the ballpark. It was a big night. Aviators won. Hoy Park had 3 hits, who I saw play for the Pirates. So that was an exciting game. Oh, my God. She coughed now. This is unbelievable. So anyway, Ryan, what did you what did you have?
I liked the under in the Timberwolves Mavericks game, as it was a do or die situation for the Timberwolves.
Final score 105-100.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
205.
And 205 total. And so you hit that, right?
Yeah, it was 211.5.
So we got a lot of nailed. Thank you, Alex. We have a lot of nailed it. And then last night, I said, take Cleveland. Take the Cleveland Guardians. Got the name right. I liked them. They were minus 130. It was a small number on the. I know they had lost the night before, but Cleveland has been my go-to, and I hate Cleveland. But I think that's 6 in a row. Did also say glass on the Dodgers, which won. I was leaning that way. Dodgers swept. Let's make that 8. No. No. Okay, I'll stick with 6 in a row. Then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I jinxed myself, did I not? I had a little parlay put together. It was a 5-legger, I think. I took Matt and Everett's suggestions. I had the Braves. I had the Pods. I threw my Cleveland in there. I had one more in there. Then I had the Phillies. Zach Wheeler in San Francisco. 0-0 game. It's scoreless the whole game. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is bad. So I had a cash out option. I'm like, hey, should I take it? Let it ride. Phillies lose 1-0 in the 10th.
It was a bad beat.
It was a bad beat.
You should have hit that 5-teamer.
It was a bad beat. Now, how'd you do last night? You said you had a bad beat last night, right?
I did have a bad beat because I had under in the Fever Sparks game. It was 166.5. The whole game was going at a pace to be under.
Okay.
There's about 30 seconds left the score was 158 combined.
Okay.
And they went over 166 in 30 seconds. So a lot of fouls, and them trying to get back the Fever anyways. So that one hurt, but
it's a bad beat.
I mean, I had Dwayne Colucci as a co-host with me yesterday on Sports by the Book, and we did very good. Both of us were in agreement about the Timberwolves forcing a Game 5. We both liked the under in that one. We both liked Florida to beat the Rangers in Game 4 at home, and we both said under in that game as well.
All right, so basically, folks, we're all on fire here.
But every time I brag here from my Tuesday, then I have an overnight on Punchline. So
well, here we got these shirts today. Everyone got a bad, what's it say? Bad beat?
Of the week.
Of the week.
Of the week.
So we got this shirt. The bad beat of the week would be my Phillies. My Phillies? What? The Phillies losing to the Giants. 1-0 with the Ghost Runner scoring. Anyway, we got a bunch of these shirts.
Fly, yeah.
What's that?
It was on a sack fly, too.
No, was it really? I was working the ballpark.
Yes.
I just saw 1-0, and that's all I cared about. I was like, damn it. Those T-shirts are courtesy of Ralph Sirocco, right?
Yep.
Ralph hosts Race Day Las Vegas every morning here,
Wednesday through
Sunday.
At 7 a.m.
At 7 a.m. You can get all your horse picks. Of course, we have the race book and the sports book, the only casino in Vegas that separates them, so you don't have to, no overlapping. So make sure you watch Ralph's show. Also, our show, Punchlines FN, is now available on its own page. So please check that out on social media. The description.
All the links are in the description of the video.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why do I never get that right? All the links are in the description. I always start with the word description, and then I'm screwed.
I do feel a little weird about this with you guys having your own page now.
I was waiting for someone to say it. Parles is out of town on vacation. Someone was going to say it. I don't know. I don't know what it's all about. It's algorithms, and I don't know. I have no idea. But moving on. So anyway, I have a piece of paper here. This was Monday's headline prediction by Alex White. Caitlin Clark gets first win. Clark double. Which hit? Notice I omitted the first word.
Thank you. I do not know how I messed up on their nicknames there and wrote the Liberty.
But you did, so you're the first.
I heard Ryan stick up for me. He was like, she meant Fever.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Yeah.
So listen, you're the first person. She's the first person with a Hump Day Homer. First person with a Monday headline to come true.
Yep.
Do you remember on Friday too how quickly I was writing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing over there?
I know you were.
Felt really good about that one against the Sparks.
And I think I had a no hitter. I think I said someone will throw a no hitter. I was at Brandish for the Orioles, 7 innings no hitter, and got pulled. So.
Well, last night the Cubbies did the same thing.
Did they really?
Ben Brown had a seven no hitter through 7 innings, and then Craig Counsell pulls him, puts in 2 pitchers that also pitched the night before, and they blew it in 2 batters.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We'll talk more about it in a bit.
We'll talk more about it in a bit. Okay, good. What do you think is going to happen first this year, a no hitter or a cycle? Because obviously we're more interested in the cycle because we have money on it.
We've already had a no hitter.
That's true. The guy for the Astros.
Yeah, Ronel Blanco.
Okay, so now that we have, my question's
the next one to happen.
The next one. I feel like a cycle is going to happen once we're June. There will be a June cycle.
Yeah, once it's warmer, the ball starts moving.
Yeah, that's exactly. So you'll get your triples more often. Frankie Fungo on fire. Thank you. So every time she explains her picks. Let's see. Frank in the, it's not a quarter zip. Okay, here we go. Moving on. So there's nailed it or failed it. Very good. Good job. Everyone in the studio is on fire, so listen to us. Don't forget, picks will be in 26 minutes. We're going to have more for you. Today is May 29th, 2024. It's National Flip-Flop Day. It's also National Paperclip Day. Paperclip slogan should be, when you need one, you can't find one, but I do love them. Right? Anytime you need a paperclip, never around.
Right.
Then you empty a mug with all your pens, and there's 30 of them in there. Damn it. And, when I thought paperclip, first thing I thought of was it Microsoft Word that used to have the little clip that would
yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was that showed you how to use computers.
Yeah.
So when I got my first job,
animation.
yeah, the little animation, Clippy. So the first time I got a job in California, a writing job for a show on GSN, I hand wrote my submission from Pittsburgh and sent it in and said, hey, sorry, oops, I left my laptop in LA. I'm back here doing shows. I lied. I didn't have a laptop. So I get hired and they set me down in front of a computer. They're like, here you go. Here's your computer. And I went to the kid that I was working with, Tony Romaine, friend of mine. I go, I don't know how to use a computer. He's like, what do you mean? I go, I had never typed on one before. I was still handwriting back in 1996. Computers weren't around then. I don't know. They were. I just didn't use one. So I had to learn how to use a computer. What?
We're in 2024 and it's about the same thing.
I know how to use it. I got this thing. All right. Clippy. Also, happy birthday today to Paul Skeens, who turns 22. He will be pitching in the second game of a doubleheader, and the game starts at 2 p.m. All those twos. It doesn't start at 2. It starts at 1:10. But Deuce is wild, so there you go.
What happened in the first game?
I don't know. I wasn't watching. I was too busy working.
No, he was watching.
Did the Pirates get shut out 8-0?
Yeah. It's crazy that you know that.
But it's screwball. Screwball's good. I didn't think they'd win the first game. They got the second game. Speaking of baseball, I wanted to bring up something very cool that's happening today. You might have heard about this. The Negro League stats will be included in MLB record books, making Homestead Gray's Josh Gibson the all-time leader in many stats. So there you go. Ryan pulled that up. So Ty Cobb, as long as I've been alive, 366 was the standard, highest batting average. You're like, no one's ever going to beat that. But Josh Gibson's now credited with a
372.
372 average at 372. What the hell? So he's now the all-time leader. He leads in slugging, OPS, and OBP, or no, Ted Williams.
He is third in OBP.
Oh, he's third. Oh, they're highlighted yellow. Yeah. Growing up in Pittsburgh, we heard a lot about Josh Gibson because the Homestead Grays. Homestead's a section of Pittsburgh. So I was fascinated by Josh Gibson. I also read in a book, this baseball reader book I talk about all the time, that he might have hit close to 800 home runs. Of course, they didn't keep the most accurate stats. That he was the Black Babe Ruth, and he had some mental problems that prevented him from getting to the major leagues, whereas like Jackie Robinson, Satchel Paige, Henry Aaron all made it. But Josh Gibson, so very nice. That's a very cool thing that they've done and just put them all into one, because for years they're always separate books.
Yeah.
But yeah, so today was the day, and it's getting a lot of coverage as well as it should. So congratulations, Josh Gibson. I didn't realize career OBP, Ted Williams is one.
Yep.
And he missed like 3 of his prime years, 3 or 4 prime years for World War II service. Ted Williams' numbers could be even more incredible. So, all right, enough about baseball. It's episode 163, but it's the first episode ever to feature my mom and sister on it, because I promised some chalk art. Now, the reason this ties in with sports is this was outside of PNC Park the other day to celebrate Memorial Day. So there you go. There's my mom. You think she's standing on a trolley. Oh, no, that's chalk. Makes it look 3D. There's my sister. So Mr. Rogers was filmed in Pittsburgh. So this was outside of the stadium. There's Paul Skeens someone made. There's my mom with her black and yellow on. And then look at this little Mario Lemieux Funko Pop with the Stanley Cup, which apparently you're not supposed to raise over your head unless you're a player. Now, freeze on this one for a second.
I enjoy that one.
Jeff Gold. Now, I know, Ryan, I included this because we know you love Jurassic Park. You're a big dinosaur fan.
Yeah. Not necessarily a fan of Jeff Goldblum. Never mind.
Okay, well, Jeff Goldblum is from Pittsburgh. He's a CMU graduate. Now, all the chat rooms or all the Pittsburgh, they were all talking about how large they made his his areola there. Yeah. So, I don't know what happened there, but he is a Pittsburgh guy. I talked to him about Pittsburgh. This one has nothing to do with sports, but it's Andy Warhol, who was born in Pittsburgh, and that's the Andy Warhol thing there. So there you go. There it was. That was chalk art with my mom and sister that I promised. Yeah.
Those are very good.
They really are. All these local artists did it, and you could go down and take pictures. I don't know if they've done that before, but very cool. But my mom yesterday chimed in. She's like, what happened? You said you were going to show pictures of me and Gina. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. So we had to make a big deal. So there we go.
I thought you were saving it for when
I was saving it for when Alex is here. Yeah. I mean, I knew Matt wouldn't care about it.
Are you staring?
I don't know. I'm just taking a sip of something. But you know when I look at chalk art and I look at it, that banana one, do you know 2 words pop into my head?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Too fast.
Way too fast.
That's
crazy.
Alex moving along, bouncing along.
Crazy.
Thank you, Ann. Ann's having a party over there by herself today.
Yeah.
Eating her chicken salad, laughing, editing. I love it. We named the cat Crash or Chalk?
Crash.
Kind of like Chalk, but we just did Chalk
I like
art.
Chalk too.
Ryan likes Crash.
I like Crash because of Crash Bandicoot.
Again, I don't know what this is.
It's a video game.
I know it is.
That's a good video game, actually. I like that one.
I like Asteroids. Remember Asteroids? Remember Space Invaders? I'm going to go ahead and call him. You can call the cat whatever you want. I'm going to call him Chalk. How about Chalky Crash? Crack. That'd be a combination. All right, anyway. It's time for That's Crazy. It's sweeping the nation. I mean, we made a graphic for it. And it's not inspired, but Alex, everyone says that's crazy a lot. Alex,
I have heard everyone in the studio say
everyone in America says that's crazy all the time. Family Guy did a very funny thing on it. But anyway, Alex, what is your
I'm just saying,
crazy?
I don't think you were inspired by me.
No, we weren't. Well, we're trying to give you credit. Oh. All right, what's your That's Crazy?
I'm going to show you. I have videos of it, actually.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm excited about this.
I think we was talking about the N1. Yeah, I think that's what we was talking about. Yeah, it was just, it was crazy. 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 It was crazy.
Thank you, Ryan.
Who remixed that? Nice job over there. Fill in the blank producer name. Benny Blanco.
Crash.
How's it going?
So you know what? I guess if Anthony Edwards says it, I'm fine with it being
everyone says it in the
by
world.
Me.
So again, last night we talked about this. Minnesota won. They staved off elimination. Again, if they would have been eliminated, we would have had to wait till June 6th for another basketball game.
Yes.
Which is insane. We talked about this yesterday. It would have been too long of a layoff. So it's good we still have another game coming up, tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
There you go.
But then still, it could be a whole 7 days.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's too much.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw, but there was a tweet that said that the Mavericks are trying to prolong this series so that way Luka doesn't have days off and can't gain weight.
Can't go on a buffet binge.
Yeah.
Again, there's something to say. We talk about it all the time. Do you want to play in that 6 or 7 game series where you're sharp, you're staying on your toes? Celtics are going to sit around for 10 days.
I don't like it.
I know.
It's rest versus rust. That's what they say.
Rest versus rust.
Boston is just sitting there, and they didn't even have that challenging of series leading up to this.
Well, again, there's a lot of funny memes going that they've beat teams with severe injuries, right?
Yeah, right.
The Knicks didn't even have anybody.
Well, yeah, the Heat didn't have Jimmy Butler or Jaime Jaquez, and then
they didn't have Dwayne Wade or Alonzo Mourning either.
Exactly. And then
because they retired.
The Pacers didn't have Tyrese Halliburton for games 3 and 4. They played Cleveland without Donovan Mitchell in games 3 and 4, or 4 and 5.
I just want Boston to lose. That's all. We don't want Boston to win. Matt and Everett here talking about, Celtics, Tom Brady's the GOAT. Well, shut up, Matt.
They're going to be getting Kristaps Porzingis back.
Porzingis is coming back because of the rest.
In a while, so that's another rust factor.
Yeah.
But it's a 7-game series, so they can lose the first 2 and rebound, and it's a best when
well, you always have to rebound. So. That's key. That's one of the keys of basketball is rebounding and scoring.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Bob Dell's watching. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
You're not a Tatum or Jaylen Brown fan at all?
No, I don't really care. I just hate the Celtic fans so much. Again, growing up a Laker fan, going through that whole Showtime era, I've always hated them. It's the Boston fans are the worst. Baseball fans are the worst. Football fans, they're terrible. Hockey. So glad when the Bruins got eliminated in the first round last year and then again this year. Come on.
I don't know.
I did like the Red Sox when I was a kid, though, because of Jim Rice and guys like that. But I don't know. Do you like this? Who's your NBA team?
These two have been playing together for like 7 years, I think.
And they're dynamic.
And they haven't finished. They haven't gotten the job done and actually won. So I want to see that happen. But I really like Luka too.
I know Luka and Kyrie.
You can't be disappointed.
And by the way, they're saying how the two Celtics you just mentioned, Tatum and Brown. They're going to be a little upset right now because all the press is going to Luka and Kyrie or Ant and Cat. So I don't know. Maybe they are in the position. If they win, guess what? I'll still sleep at night. I don't really care. Whoa, what is this? Oh, heck yeah. A big poll just popped up. It took up my whole screen. Why do I feel like Ann's behind that? The Ant-Man video needed a meow. Well, he can only do so much, Keith. Alex White. Oh, yeah. Okay. Pirates are saving up for Skeens. Look how lovely Frank's mom and sister are. Bob Dahl. Gah.
Well, wolves don't meow.
What?
I said wolves don't meow.
That's true. Good point.
No.
Chalky White was a character on Boardwalk Empire. It was. Chalky White. I do remember that from Boardwalk Empire. Of course, that's Paul, who's obsessed with all HBO gangster shows. Okay. My That's Crazy was Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, Penn State graduate, plays for the Dallas Cowboys. So he's at a game. Here he is. And he's got a Dirk Nowitzki jersey he wants signed. So, commercial break. I'm going to run over. Is there audio on this?
They didn't say anything. So
Oh, okay.
Moved it, yeah.
But he turns, so Dirk's like, sure, I'll hook you up. He's got his Lucas shirt on. You got to love seeing the other athletes in town supporting the teams. Look at that, Micah Parsons. Look how excited he was to get Dirk Nowitzki to sign that.
Was he supporting his team?
Well, that's because what happened after the game?
Well, then he was with Anthony Edwards and Kat and everyone. So
high-fiving each other. And so I don't know.
Well, there was a tweet that said that Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs were there, so it explains why the Dallas team lost.
Because 2 Cowboys are in the house.
Yeah,
they got to stay away.
Yeah.
So much pressure on the Cowboys. So much pressure.
Especially in a playoff game. Can't have a Cowboy there.
right.
Oh, my goodness. That's a very good point that you bring up. I don't know.
They're going back. If they have a game 6, which would be back in Dallas, then I don't know. Ant and him are exchanging shoes or something. He said that in the post.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
We'll see. We shall see. Why don't let's just go for some posts.
You're just going to skip my
Yeah,
crazy?
what about...
I was going to say, why don't we go for some posts after we hear what Ryan's magic is?
Yeah.
I forgot. I usually have Alex first, then you. I'm sorry.
You don't love your producer. It's okay.
I do. Ryan, you're behind the glass.
So my That's Crazy looks at the California teams in baseball yesterday.
Okay.
The Angels won 4-3. The A's won 3-0. The Dodgers swept the Mets in both games 5-2, 3-0. The Giants won 1-0. The Padres won 4-0. It is the first time in Major League Baseball history that a state went 6-0 or better with 4+ shutouts in a single day. And so then I went through and if you put $100 on all 6 of these games to have the money line win,
right,
it would have paid $9,015.
Jeez.
What? That's crazy.
Okay, I have many questions. First of all, thanks for showing me that the Giants beat the Phillies again. But thank you. I'm glad everyone can show me losing the last leg of my 5-teamer.
I wasn't praying for it or anything.
Yeah, you were. All right, so I have a question about, was it Optastats? Is that who came up with that?
Yeah.
The OptiGrab? That's from the movie The Jerk. That's for Bob watching. Anyway, Optastats. I need to know. I need someone from one of these to explain to me how they found that. Are they entering all the score? Like, what computer? You got to remember, I've only used computers since 1996. We found out today. How are they entering that information? Like, how is that? Again, we love it.
I feel like it's pretty easy to come up with, being that California has the most teams of any state.
Right.
So it's just looking at when was the last time that all 5 of those teams won in the same day, and then did one of them play in a doubleheader and win that game as well. So, I mean, it is something that you do have to think about, like, oh, would that happen?
Right. But they have to enter it. Then somewhere in a search box, they have to put in, hey, and then the computer does the work. Sound like the oldest man on the planet.
2024.
So then the computer figures it. I'm just blown away. Like Bill James, when he started with all his weird stats, I always thought that was amazing. But now they've become so specific.
Yeah.
Like that one. Oh, we should have done a California parlay. Everyone knows. Oh my God. That's that. You know what? That's crazy.
What? That's crazy.
So Ryan,
what's up?
Should we move on? I apologize for trying to cut you off.
It's your show, man.
No, man. It's all of our shows. Show. Show. Whoa. What is your shirt? I can't see. Is it just blue?
Yeah, it's just a blue.
It's like cubby blue, though, in a little bit of a way.
More Carolina blue.
Oh, you do love Carolina. All right. So why don't we go down the horn? P button. It's time for posts with punchlines. We got a lot of them today. We're going to stop in the middle to do picks at 12:36 because, we got to do that. I have my alarm set for 12:36. I have an alert that I can get a free taco and a free car wash today because
and
the Aviators.
slider.
What are the so the slide? If they slide into home, where do you get the slider from?
Arby's. You get a free slider from
Arby's has sliders?
Yeah.
I know they have the meats. I didn't realize they had sliders. When I was a kid, Arby's, the sandwich was like that big. It was delicious. And I went to Arby's, I don't know, a few years ago, and it was this big.
It's a slider.
It was a slider. I'm like, oh, is this a slider? Like, no, that's our full. Well, what's a slider? Slider is this big. I don't get it. Arby's is, again, this is shrinkflation. All right, so why don't we start with some posts? I know you have a cool fan angle to start off. Is that correct?
Yeah, so looking at the Panthers.
Because we haven't talked hockey yet.
Yeah, the Panthers game winner in Game 4 against the Rangers last night in overtime on a power play goal. So this is a fan angle across the ice, going down, over, bringing it close.
A lot of Ranger fans.
Little tic-tac-toe.
There it is. Sometimes fans just get lucky. They know when to do it. But it was, power play.
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for in the Stanley Cup Finals? I don't know if I've asked you.
In that, well, I think it would be much more entertaining to see New York and Dallas.
I think so. Two big cities like that, then Florida and Edmonton.
I think Florida and Edmonton would be awesome. I think it would be less defense, more offense with those two. Yeah. I think if it's Dallas and New York, prepare for low scoring, not that entertaining games.
Well, I think those two series would have much better goaltending, or that series would have much better goaltending in Jake Ottinger and Igor Shesterkin.
Sure.
Yeah, Shesterkin.
Yep.
And then
Worcestershire sauce.
Whereas the Panthers and the Oilers, I feel like would be the Panthers are a much more physical team. I feel like they are the most physical team left in these Final Four, but Edmonton just wants to skate up and down the ice and put as many goals in the back of the net as they can. So you're right in that it would be more electric in that series, but I think it'd be more entertaining hockey for Dallas.
And speaking of the Western Conference, so tonight is Game 4. Edmonton's at home; they're minus 135. Dallas is up 2-1. I'm rooting for Dallas again. Why not? Matt Light, Chris Harrison, Dallas, American City. I'd root for Dallas. I just don't want to see the Rangers.
Let's mark down the date of when you became a diehard Dallas fan of all these teams.
Well, I was a Texas Rangers fan last year, but no, I don't. Well, I hate
true.
I'm never going to root for the Cowboys, so that's just let's get that out of the way.
Well, so we were just talking about OptaStats. They had a tweet about 20 minutes ago. Since moving to Texas in 1993, the Stars have a series record of 13-1 when leading the series 2-1.
Again, I don't know how this computer spits them out, but that's an impressive stat. Does that have anything to do with this team now? No, not at all, but it's just fun stuff to know.
Franchise, yep.
Yeah, because they were the Minnesota Stars. That's who the Penguins beat.
Yeah.
That's who the Penguins won their Stanley Cup from. Okay, next up.
Going to WNBA stuff, still something from last night. Caitlin Clark.
She plays on the Liberty, right? Caitlin Clark, is that right?
Alex? Yes. Yeah.
Someday she will.
Probably.
Yeah. But so it's going to be two clips that I put together. The first one is
I saw this
shooting a free throw, and then after shooting the first one, going to guard her before the second one, and then later in the game being guarded all the way up the court behind the ball, trying to shut her down, and she still manages to put up a career-high 30 points.
30 points.
And ended up being a complete stat sheet stuffer, having a career-high in blocks, too, with 3 blocks.
Got to give her time. You know, I mean, we knew this was coming.
6 assists, 5 boards, 3 steals, and 3 blocks.
That is funny, though. She had 2 free throws, shoots 1. She's like, I got to go cover. Oh, wait, I have 2? Yeah. That's the kind of thing she gets into their head. I mean, she's like,
Yeah, even Clark was laughing about it. She was like,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And that game where they come to Vegas in the big arena, they already play in the small guy, but they come to the T-Mobile Center. That's this summer. There's probably tickets still available for that, right?
Definitely resale, yeah.
Yep,
resale. Okay, by the way, I had to take a lift the other day, and we started talking about sports. The guy had Colin Cowherd on his radio, so we started talking sports, and then I pulled out one of the business cards. I'm like, well, here you go. So anyway, I mentioned I was a Steeler fan, and before I could even say anything, he goes, I hear that's the hardest ticket ever to get and the highest price ticket ever to get is the Steelers versus Raiders. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Why is that?
It's just because Steeler fans travel so well. I mean, this is going to be like their vacation. Like, it's like Steeler fans are going to be like, I don't care what we spend. We're going to go out to Vegas and see the Steelers. They were here last year. Sean's already bought his tickets. I have a buddy. He's looking at tickets now. He's looking in the 400 range or so. But I know you spent a little more, but that's the first thing the Uber driver brought up. Oh, yeah, those tickets are insane.
I do know a few people who have season tickets, so I'll see if they are selling their seats.
Good thing I brought that up on the show today. All right. Thank you, Alex.
But also, I feel like a lot of people have moved here from Pittsburgh. Is that true?
Well, half the sports book.
Yeah. There's
Chris
a lot
and
of people here. And
there are a lot.
Yeah, I know a lot of other people from Pittsburgh,
and there are Pittsburgh bars. It seems like in every big city, there's a Pittsburgh sports bar, Chicago sports bar, Boston usually. Like, I remember watching the Super Bowl when they lost to Dallas here. I was here with a bunch of friends still watching in Vegas. The game was in, I can't remember, but they lost to the Cowboys, but we were in a Pittsburgh sports bar and it was a blast. So I have to find that again.
Well, talking about Pittsburgh stuff, B. Marte in the chat with a super chat giving us $10 to ask the question, is it worth driving 7 hours to Washington to get Primanti Bros?
To Washington?
Washington, PA.
Okay, yes, it is. Okay, who is B. Marte? We love him. I'm trying to refresh so I can see that. Well, I'll trust you that.
Thank you, B. Marte.
So he gave us $10?
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, yeah, of course we'll answer that question. Yeah, thank you. We need like a cha-ching. Yes. Okay. Primanti Brothers. I've talked about this. You can get them shipped with dry ice from a company called Goldbelly, but don't do that because they don't give you the one that you want, which is the cheesesteak one. So you go there. You can't ask for them to take the coleslaw off. Again, if you don't know this, 2 slices of Italian bread, most likely Mancini's Bakery, then the cheesesteak, fries, coleslaw on the sandwich. If you ask, hey, can you put the fries on the side or coleslaw? They'll kick you out. They used to do that at 2 a.m. They were so busy. They're like, I want the fry later. Next. It was like so much fun. But yeah, it's worth it. Washington, PA is 45 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. And maybe there's one there now. The North Hills where I grew up finally got a Primanti's. So it's worth it. But again, you gotta each bite, you gotta put the little jerky, the trapeze hot sauce on it. Take a bite. Beer. It's available at the stadiums now. So yes, it is definitely worth it. Now my mouth is watering and now I'm wrapping the show so I can fly home to have a Primanti's. There was a truck in Los Angeles for a while, and it wasn't Primanti's. It was called like Pittsburgh Sandwiches. So they basically just stole it, and I followed them on Twitter, and I went once, and it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same bread. The fries weren't right, and I was like, "Oh, you tried." Right. And then I threw the sandwich at the truck, and I ran away. No, I didn't. But yes, it's worth it. Oh, there, it's popping up now. Yeah, B. Marte, absolutely.
I've definitely heard Matt Neverett talk about them as well.
Yeah. Look, you should have a few beers when you had it. It's my mom's favorite, Chalk Art Mom. So she loves it too. So yes, drive 7 hours. Where's 7 hours? Is he like in Kentucky? I'm trying to figure out where B. Marte is, but yeah. And then you can catch a Wild Things game. They have a independent league team in Washington, PA, or just drive another 45 minutes and see the Pirates, who are also an independent team and not really part of the major leagues anymore. Okay, well done, everyone. So what's next?
So looking at a NL West team last night, the San Diego Padres had one of their relief pitchers, Jeremiah Estrada,
this guy,
throw his 13th straight strikeout. So relief pitcher, he comes in at the end of the games. But in an appearance against the Reds, he threw 5 straight strikeouts. Then he faced the Yankees, threw, I believe, 4 straight. And then last night he threw another 4 straight. Your
math's right, I think.
Yeah. Becoming the longest active streak in the expansion era, so since 1961. And so it's still going. He still has his chance to get to 14.
See, it's still active. Now, this is a thing that bothers me a little bit. It's like, it should be all in one game. I don't like it having carrying over. That doesn't.
Yeah, but that wouldn't happen for a relief pitcher.
Right.
True. I had a baseball card when I was a kid, guy for the Minnesota Twins named Ron Davis. He had those glasses that darken, that make him look creepy, like Caden's glasses.
Yeah.
And he struck out 8 or 9 in a row as a relief pitcher when he came into a game. And for years, that was the record, Ron Davis. But this is amazing what this kid did. I watched the last out last night to secure that victory because Matt had them last night. But yeah, it's a cool streak, and it's still alive. So there you go.
Well, there was someone on Twitter that asked for a video of the 13 strikeouts. So we have that here.
Did you do this? Take credit. Yes. Always take credit. Always take credit. All right, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, elevated fast.
1, 2.
Swing and a miss, and he struck.
And what's his heat? What does the speed gun say?
98.
98. Okay, so he's getting it up there. He's shoving.
But all of these are swing and miss.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
And all 13 are?
All 13.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Swing and a
That
miss.
was center cut right there. I don't know if this is impressive as editor Giovanni Lulalo, whatever that guy was for the single A team for St. Louis. That was throwing wiffle balls.
His
But,
movement, yeah.
Swing and a miss.
and here's the last one, I think.
Yep.
Bam,
Swing
down.
and a miss.
You know what video would be really cool if we saw the Angels just hitting a bunch of home runs in one clip.
Oh, everyone laughed when Frank. This is so. Alex, really? You too,
I
Alex?
just had a good idea. I'm
Alex,
just
sweet
sad.
Alex.
Do we still have it loaded?
After everyone takes a swing,
No.
I thought she was going to say something really profound about the strikeout record. She's like, if we only had the Pirates giving up 8 runs to Detroit right now. Very funny. And again, I don't know if you saw where I got embarrassed the other day. You had it's time for Picks at 12:36. Roll it.
Remember that thought.
I will. Well, you brought up Pete Alonso hit the final home run at Cashman Field.
Right.
You brought that in one day.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the other day it came up again with
Andy Martello.
Andy Martello brought it up.
Well, he had asked if you ever heard about it, and you go, no.
I never heard of it. So everyone's laughing, and of course, I hate FOMOs. And I'm like, what's going on back there? And they're like, we played the clip on the show. We've played hundreds of clips, maybe 1,000 clips on the show so far. I didn't remember it. I can't remember everything. And nothing touches Red Panda. So Jeff's Red Panda ignoring of us. All right, Picks at 12:36. That's why one of the reasons we love having Alex White here. Alex White, you can find her on Twitter, X, whatever you call it. Alex White with 2 E's at the end. What do you got for us today?
So I'll start with the Padres since we just showed that clip of Estrada here. I'm going under 7 in this one. I took under 7.5, so the money is going that way towards the under. But it's the Marlins and the Padres. Both have really struggled offensively. The Padres 194 team batting average in their last 3 games. 12-6 to the under against lefty starters.
Okay.
And then Yu Darvish is starting for the Padres.
Yes.
He had a rough outing against the Yankees. I think he had 4. Yeah. All the big names. Aaron Judge, Stanton, all of them had home runs on him. So I'm going with him having a better start here. First 2 games both went under. Padres 2-1 in game 1 and then 4-0 shutout yesterday. So love this one. We're going under. I also like a little chalk today, but I think it's a good price. Phillies minus...
Chalk the cat?
I love Chalk the cat, too. Phillies minus 123 on the road against the Giants. They've already lost 2 to them. Taking them for game 3. Christopher Sanchez on the mound for them against Kyle Harrison. I think that's a good matchup there.
It is.
And then I'm going Yankees. That is a very big number, so I'm going to go run line here. Yankees minus 1.5, minus 115. Lewis Gill has been really good for them. And it's Tyler Anderson on the other side.
But it's the Angels.
And it's the Angels.
It's the Angels and Ron Washington. All right. Love it, Alex. Good picks. Ryan, what do you have cooking for us today?
Nothing game-wise.
Okay.
Just going to go with our hump day homers.
All right. Well, I'm going to just tag along now. I have won 6 or 7 in a row. It's disputed how many. I've gone like 6-0. And basically the Guardians have helped. I had Scuba on the Tigers one day. I had the Pirates one day. I do like Paul Skeens in game 2. I mean, do I risk my streak on Paul Skeens going against a guy making his major league debut? Yes, I am. Give me the Pirates. It's up to minus 140. That opened at about 120. It was low. So it looks like the late money's going on the Pirates, jacking it up to 140. They lost the first game of the doubleheader. I hope Derek Shelton ripped them a little bit, saying, how could you come out that flat with Jared Jones on the mound and not score at all? But this is the Pirates. They do this. They'll go a couple games where they don't score. So hopefully they got that out of the way. I'm looking at the lineup right now that they're posting. Looks good to me. So I'm going to take the Pirates. I'm putting my streak. I did like looking at the Phillies, who last night screwed me over a little bit with that 1-0 loss on my 5-legger. And people in Detroit wearing Pittsburgh stuff are wearing the Paul Skeens mustaches. There was a little kid in Pittsburgh last week. They interviewed, Hannah Mears was talking to a bunch of people that came, and they're all wearing mustaches, right? And they're like, what? And they asked this little kid, what do you like the most about Paul Skeens? He's like, the mustache and Livy Dunn. He was like 12. I'm like, well, the kid knows what he's talking about. Apparently, that's his girlfriend, and she's apparently attractive. I'm not sure. Every time a Viore ad comes on, we pause in the studio. Okay. Anyway, good stuff. So picks at 12:36. Anything else? We're good? Hump Day homers? Let's talk Hump Day. We do Hump Day homers where we're trying to hit a really long. It's really hard to predict 3 home runs and you tie it into a parlay. I know you figured out the math on the 3, and we know the 3. Alex, why don't you give your Hump Day homer? Oh, what? Oh, look at this! We have a graphic.
Oh my gosh!
That's the first time I've seen that, ladies and gentlemen. What noise is coming out of his mouth?
The camel.
Do camels make that noise?
Kind of a grunting.
Oh, that's the noise I heard when I thought it was the chicken salad hitting and wrong. Okay, so anyway, Hump Day homers. So far, the only person to get one of these in the last couple of weeks is Alex. She had Bryce Harper hit, and who else?
Juan Soto.
Juan Soto. So she took a couple good ones. So
yeah,
that's the philosophy I use myself today. Who do you have for Hump Day homers?
I'm going with the same philosophy because he's only plus 170 to hit a home run, but I am going with Aaron Judge in Los Angeles against Tyler Anderson. Yep. And weather's good, a little humid, so ball should carry even more. And Judge is moving up there in most home runs as well. So
yeah, they're looking. If you look at duos like Mookie Betts and Shohei, and you look at Soto and Judge, everyone's talking about Betts and Shohei. Judge and Soho, their numbers are actually better. So that's going to be a fun race to watch. I'd love to see a Yankees-Dodger World Series rematch. It's been so long. I know no one wants to see that. Okay, I actually really want to see the Pirates, but anyway,
the markets want to see it.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Oh, by the way, you have to watch the Monday montage. A lot of hand motions from you. You had brother, you got your cat.
Better than your hand motions.
Better than mine. But you were very funny in the montage. Again, cut together by the wonderful Drew Dog. All right, Ryan, what's your Hump Day homer?
My Hump Day homer is going with someone that you just referenced. I was looking at Freddie Freeman, but David Peterson is on the mound for the Mets today. He's a left-handed pitcher. Freddie Freeman hasn't done so well against lefties this year as a lefty. So I'm going with the leadoff hitter for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts.
Gotta love Mook.
A 4-1 to hit a homer. He's hitting really well the last few days. Has several hits in the last 2 games in New York. So going with Mookie.
I like it, and I'm not even Fernando. I'm going Fernando Tatis in San Diego. He's only had 5 or 6 at bats against the pitcher today. He's placing, and he already has a home run. I just like Tatis. He's I don't know. I'm usually trying to find a long shot.
Right.
We're going with 3 players known for hitting home runs. So have you computed that?
Yeah. So the 3 of them: Judge plus 170, Mookie plus 400, and Fernando Tatis plus 500.
I thought it was okay. Yeah.
Equates to about 80-1 if you parlay the 3.
All right, so $20 gets you $1,600. Do that. You got to get the South Point app. You can download the South Point app. All these bets you can do. You can come down here to the South Point, come to the counter right there. We love seeing you. So come down, stop by, bang on the glass. Don't bang on the glass. Can they bang on the glass? Well, why not?
Scare us like fish?
Yeah, scare. Yeah, why not? It's bulletproof, isn't it?
You want to test it?
All right, very good. All right, there's our picks at 12:36. I love it. Let's get back to some posts. We're having a good time on the show. We appreciate everybody watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget the
video description.
The video description. The links are below.
All the links.
They'll take you to the new one. We have Punchlines FN on all social media where we show just a lot of our really funniest clips. Can go on there and see some really funny things. Okay, so moving on to our posts.
So the last one we did was talking about Jeremiah Estrada, the Padres relief pitcher, but going to San Francisco now, staying in that same division. They have a bobblehead, I believe the beginning of next month is tribute to Lamont Wade's splash hit, which was the 100th splash hit in Giants history.
That is phenomenal.
And they have a little water spout that will shoot water.
Very clever.
As a bobblehead. So it's the first 20,000 fans that show up to the game versus the Yankees, which I thought was a little
low number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be everybody.
Well, compared to the Dodgers Shohei bobbleheads, 40,000 fans.
Exactly.
Double that amount. So
yeah. And that line for Shohei, I think we showed it on the show.
Yeah, hours long.
Oh my God. That's insane. By the way, when I was a kid, giveaway day, everyone got it. It wasn't like because now it's that secondary market, eBay. I remember Pirate Hat Day. Everyone got a hat. Everyone's wearing their hats. Bat Day. Everyone got a bat. They don't do bat days much anymore. Maybe there's a lot of reasons. But yeah, 20,000, that's way too low.
Yeah.
That's a great bobblehead. You know, we have the Rivers in Pittsburgh too where they hit home runs, splash downs. I don't think we don't have it at 100 yet, but that's awesome. That's a bobblehead. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, and Yankee fans travel well, right? So that kind of stinks that they picked that game.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, 20,000. Come on, make more.
Could do
make more. That's a good one.
Okay, well, we can move to a different stat that came out in Major League Baseball. So this is from Inside Edge, they put together a chart of how often a team is scoring three or more innings in a game. So the Dodgers and Phillies, this is going into yesterday's games.
Yeah.
So Dodgers and Phillies are tied for first at scoring in 3
That's
innings.
no surprise.
In 31 out of their 55 games.
Wow.
Your Pittsburgh Pirates are 24th, scoring in 3+ innings in 20 out of their 54 games. The Cubs are tied for 16th with the Rangers, 23 out of 54 games. And then the White Sox are dead last, scoring in 13
I was no surprised there.
Games. Yeah.
The White, how many times have they done it?
13 of 55, so just over 20%.
Again, this is good stuff. These are good numbers to see, but inside edge, that's a good one.
Inside edge.
Again, someone sits around all day and thinks this. And by the way, usually John Boy and what's the other one that we like?
Jay Kuda.
Jay Kuda and what's the other
Brooks
one?
Gate.
That way, Brooks Gate. Those guys, I feel like they're in the lab, and I feel like we're going to get a floodgate of ones from them because they've been silent. They usually have really original ones, so got to be on the lookout for those guys. All right, so what do we got next here with bullpens?
So this one is from Codify. Losses in games this year in games that they led after 7 innings.
Wow.
The Mets have lost 9 games, including one yesterday.
Now, has Diaz blown all those or most of them?
No, Diaz has only blown 4 saves this year.
It seems like more the way the New York media is about it.
Yeah, and so no one's done 8, no one's done 7. The Tigers are next with 6, and then my Cubbies are 5, along with the Astros.
Pirates 4.
Yeah, and then the guy who's blown the most saves this year is Steven Aukert, the closer for the Twins.
Yeah,
and they conveniently only have 1 game in which they've lost after leading to 7.
Oh,
so he doesn't lose games. He just blows the saves.
He just lets his team get. He likes his drama. He's doing it for the drama right there.
Free
for the live
baseball.
bettors.
Yeah, free baseball for the fans.
Yeah, exactly. In Seattle, none.
Yeah.
Those sneaky Mariners. I don't know. That's again how they compile all these stats. I don't get it, but we love seeing it. And Diaz, man, the Mets. I just saw again when he blew a save. That no, he's still our closer. Oh, it's because you paid him $100 million and you have no choice, really. But
and they want the trumpet back when he.
Yeah.
When he starts to get good again. Yeah.
By the way, the closers, again, the shelf life, not Mariano Rivera, Trevor Hoffman, and then there's everybody else. So it's just such a risky thing. Like even like Bednar with the Pirates, you should extend him. He's a local guy, grew up in Pittsburgh, sign him to a big deal. They didn't. Right now is a wise move. All right, what do we got? We're switching to some football.
Yeah, this one's going to be a question for our punchies in the chat as well as the two of you.
Love it.
This one's from Kyle Borgognoni.
Oh, he's the best.
So he, looking at fantasy football, over the last 4 years, this person is the most valuable wide receiver per target in fantasy. So Tyreek Hill is second with 2 fantasy points per target. Brandon Ayuk, Justin Jefferson, Gabe Davis, Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, Tyler Lockett, Cooper Kupp, and Devontae Adams round out the top 10. So who is number 1?
Oh, my God. It's not.
As a wide receiver, yep.
George Pickens.
Yeah, no.
I was going to do that. This is another thing. By the way, we're going to be doing a fantasy football this year, South Point Fantasy Football. I know Tommy will not be involved. We'll have one for all the punchies, and then we'll have one for ourselves. There's someone above Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
Is it someone from the Texans?
I'm not going to give any hints because I want to give the punchies a chance to answer.
Is it Debo?
It is. Debo is actually 16th on the list.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't as strong. By God, Brandon Ayuk would look so good in a steel uniform.
Paul said Jamar Chase, but he's in 6th.
Is it Nico Collins or Tank Dell? Is it anyone from Texas?
Nope.
No, because this is since 2020.
This is 4 years. Yep.
Oh, okay. God. Devontae.
Oh, I might have a guess. Does
Who?
it have to be a wide receiver?
It has to be a wide receiver.
Oh, you were going sneaky tight end there or something? Yeah. Can you tell us what conference the player plays in while everyone's trying to AFC or NFC?
Joey B with the Lynn Swan guess.
Is it Lynn Swan?
It is a player in the NFC.
Is this a Chicago Bear? Is it Moore? DJ Moore?
It is not a Chicago Bear.
Thought you would go with the Bear. I'm puzzled. San Francisco, LA Rams. I'm going through all the teams. Michael Thomas? No, he's probably been hurt too much.
Nope. It is a future Hall of Famer.
Oh my God. DK Metcalf?
I'll give you guys another pretty big hint.
Okay.
He is, I think, the only wide receiver in NFL history to have 1,000-yard receiving seasons for a straight decade.
Oh my gosh, my favorite, Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Oh my God. Wow. That took way too long for us to get. We're rusty. We're in baseball season.
And it's Mike Evans for the Buccaneers. Who would ever guess that for fantasy football?
Wow.
I wonder how far down he gets drafted.
Yeah.
Well, now because every year everyone's like, no, this is the year there's a fall off. This is the year. And then Baker Mayfield comes in and he has these great years. I don't know. Wow.
And because he's not that flashy. It's just like, okay, just a boring 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he's the first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. Yeah. I mean, especially after you read that. I mean, to see the names that are underneath him. Wow. By the way, Tyler Lockett, that high up, I was surprised. But again, big time game. Wow, that was a good one.
There's no Cowboys in the top 10?
No Cowboys in the top 10.
Good.
You love to see it.
All right, what's next? What do you got next there, Ryan?
Well, so that was our final post, but we've got a game for you today.
Okay.
Just one trivia, I guess. But it's going to be a new segment on Wednesdays with Alex. It's called Who Day Wednesday.
Who Day Wednesday.
So
all right.
We're going to show you an athlete. This one is in baseball. Teams that they've played for, and you have to guess who it is.
So many people.
So this player played for the Angels and Padres, was drafted 12th overall by the Angels in 2004, and made his debut in May of 2006.
Okay. Now, is the silhouette a clue at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a pitcher is what I'm asking?
Yes.
Okay, not Matt Bush.
And
we put a random player on there.
Well, no, I just think you would just put a silhouette there.
Yes.
Yeah, but you usually, with your silhouettes, usually accompany the correct answer.
Number 36, right, Ryan?
Yes.
What do you mean? You're giving me his jersey number?
Yeah. Does that help?
Oh, my God. Angels made his debut with the Padres?
Made his debut with the Angels.
Okay, and then he also played for the Padres.
Yeah, he played the final year of his career with the Padres.
Oh, my God. All right, Who Day Wednesday, drafted 12th overall. Is it a Weaver? Is it? Is it Jared Weaver?
It is Jared Weaver.
Come on!
It is Jared Weaver.
Boom! Wow.
Yeah, career 150 wins, 98 losses, 34.6 WAR.
Yeah.
A 3.63 ERA with over 2,000 innings pitched.
Yeah, he fell off a cliff too. He just, when he was no good anymore, he was no good. But wow, Jared Weaver, wow. I mean, 150 career wins. That's nothing to sneeze at. And he had his brother. There was another Weaver. There was Jared and
there was,
Julie.
It does start with a J as well.
I know it does, right? It was Jared Weaver and some other Weaver. I don't know. A lot of Weavers. Outstanding.
Is Luke Weaver his brother?
Luke? No. Luke Weaver?
He's playing right now.
No. I swear it was another J.
Jeff?
Jeff Weaver could be it.
Yeah.
Does he like elephants?
Yeah, brother of Jared Weaver is Jeff Weaver. Yep.
So I'm like, okay, let's just look. I figured this would be fun. Let's just look at some guesses.
Thank
we
you,
heard the Lynn Swan
Jeff
one.
Weaver.
Al Toon. He was a longtime Jet. Wayne Krebet. Joey B said Wayne Krebet, who played at Hofstra, which is so he was like a local guy. And Willie Galt. Keith Lyle brought up Willie Galt as a Chicago Bear. Willie Galt, who was on Street Smarts. I have a signed football for him. Daniel Pacheco got Weaver. Did he get it before me? Or at the same time?
What?
Did Daniel Pacheco get it at the same time as me? He did say Weaver.
Yeah.
And Jeff Weaver was the other Weaver. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, that was a good show.
Countries are active.
I did skip one post on accident.
Does Indy 500?
Or
no?
Oh, yeah, 2 posts.
You have 2 posts. Okay, yeah.
Great producing today.
You're always good.
We'll go with the NFL one. Dov Kleinman decided to put together the average over-unders for each team in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. So Lions games have an average over-under of 47.7 points.
That sounds like the team I always bet the overs on. Exactly. So there you go.
Followed by 3 AFC teams, the top 3 offenses in the AFC the last couple of years: Chiefs, Finns, Bills, and then the Jets and Steelers are the bottom 2 teams.
That's why you wanted to show this, because the Steelers were. Now, that does not surprise me with Matt Canada's offense and how inept they were. And the Jets, obviously, with 0 quarterbacks for the last 2. Cleveland's a little shocking to see there, because they had some talent there, but
yeah, but they've been one of the best defenses.
That's true. But yeah, look at that. The Lions, Chiefs, everyone loves betting Chiefs over, and of course the Dolphins are up there. Of course, the Dolphins number is helped out by the 70 points in one game, but
yeah. Well,
I know.
This is averaging like the lines.
2 seasons.
The lines in Vegas.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
not their score.
Their total scoring. Okay,
yeah.
But it all connects in a way that they score 70, so they jack it up. Yeah, that's sad seeing the Steelers that low.
Chiefs was way down last year.
Yeah, yes.
That must mean they were way higher the year before.
Yeah, because last year all of them were down, right? Okay. All right, and last but not least.
Yeah, so the last couple of days we've showed a couple things from the Indy 500.
So really fun things about the Indy 500, yeah.
They came out with a video today of the point of view of the flyover jets.
Oh, okay.
So,
now that's me flying that one there. That is really wild. Nice to know the government has a GoPro strapped into the planes. And how many people are there? 350,000?
I think it was over 300,000.
Yeah, it was like 300. It's insane. That's really cool. Look how much glass is above them, you know? Oh! He's showing off.
A little bit, yeah. So it's just extremely cool to get to see this from the inside of the jet.
That really is. Well, an extremely cool show. We got picks from Alex White. We got Hump Day Homers. We got a lot going on in today's show. We had a lot of fun. Alex, you're back tomorrow over at Sports by the Book?
Yes, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning with me and Matt Neverett.
Matt Neverett is back. We love when Matt's here.
Got a full slate of shows tomorrow. So Race Day Las Vegas at 7 a.m., Sports by the Book at 9 a.m. We got Gone Racing at 9:30, 9:10. To give a 30-minute break, 10 a.m., and then Punchlines with Frank and myself.
There you go. So this is South Point Studios, ladies and gentlemen. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, Punchlines. You can follow us, like us, do all that stuff, subscribe. We really appreciate you guys watching the show. Tomorrow on the show, Keith Lyle should be here, I believe, and then Friday, Alex, you're back.
I am back.
So we always like having co-hosts. We might have a special guest. He hasn't confirmed yet. Don't want to point it. I don't want to tease it, but hopefully we have one of the Detroit Piston bad boys that I've been talking about, but I got to make the schedule work. We appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow on Punchlines. LINE stands for Live in Nevada. Every show.